Welcome back, Anthem, to week 3. It's Passion Week and we're having week 3 of our church online. And I get the pleasure of sitting in with our preacher this week, Josh Lewis. And what a joy it is to work with him. He is so much more than a facilities director. Josh and his wife are trained linguists. He has a degree in anthropology, and they've served with Wycliffe Bible translators in Nepal. And so it is always a pleasure to have Josh preach and speak.
Thanks, Annie. Pleasure's definitely mine. I love all the stuff that you do, and I love the stuff that you put out, the content.
Thank you.
And I love that you titled this devotion, It's All About the Bread. When I was preaching and I got the hard message part, that's exactly what came to mind, is that John chapter 6.
Right.
Passover week, or Passover's coming up this week, and that's when we remember Jesus' words that this is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. And then it just starts conjuring up all those images and words from the Old Testament with manna and bread just throughout the scriptures. And it culminates for me when Jesus says, we talk about all the time.
Yep.
When Jesus says, you have to eat my flesh. And then the disciples say, what? Like, that's a hard message.
Right.
And the best part, the kicker, is a lot of them have left. And Jesus turns to the 12 and says, well, what about you? Are you going to leave too? And they said, where would we go? You have the words of eternal life. And it's not that the message was hard and that was the issue. The issue was people turned away and stopped following. And I think that's the encouragement that I get is it's going to be hard. It'll be a hard message. It'll be a hard situation to walk through, but don't turn away from God, to hold on to that and say, okay, and let's wrestle with it, Lord. And
back, just putting it in context of our week, there's been the triumphal entry, and people are waving palm branches as he comes in on a donkey. But it was a king's welcoming, a victory march, and yet was that really what people wanted? Did they want a king who was going to save them from the Roman tyranny and oppression, or were they really looking for the King of Kings and Lord of Lords? And so it is a hard message, and one that we have to ask ourselves too, don't you think, Josh?
Oh, yes. Every day, and especially in this time right now.
Yeah.
What are you asking of us, Lord?
And so just like Andrew and Philip, could it be that the Lord puts us in difficult situations, already knowing what he's going to do, already knowing that he's going to provide? Does he put us in those kinds of situations where we have nowhere else to turn but the Lord? Well, these are the questions I want you to wrestle with today, and we're so thankful that you come and just be a part of the church together online. We'll see you again tomorrow.